Hallo, assalamu alaikum, good morning, khush amdeed, ji ayanu, goeiemorgen, ishpata.
Becher Agele, Ni Hao, Julius Shumme, Washmale, Ohio Gonzalez, Guten Morgen, Ola, Boyor, Privyet, Kaifahal, Hale Shuma Chotore, Ahlan Wasalan, Marhaba, Buna, Mucho, Gracias, Swabia, Bali Keraya. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning into PTV World. You watching World this morning, alongside the very amazing, the very stunning, the very good looking Miss Shiza Hashmi and Shahzad Hassan Khan. Hello, Shiza. How are you doing today? I guess that this is your best hair day ever.
Oh, thank you so much. Well, I hope it was a compliment.
Yeah, it
I'm doing
is.
great. Thank you for asking. I hope you're doing good too.
Yeah.
And yes, so I didn't want to burn my hair today. So
Yeah.
for all of those people who don't know this yet, for whenever you have to appear on screen, you have to take at least an hour and a half to get prepared for screen because of all the lights and cameras and whatnot.
Yeah.
And every day you have to burn your hair for the hairstyling. And just today, I was like, it's not going to happen. So, well, it didn't happen.
Wow, it's beautiful. I believe that I can probably relate to
Half of it.
the burning part of it. The burning part of it, because, ladies and gentlemen, to be honest, I had hair this long. I don't know how I used to look on television, because now when I see all my shows back in the days, I'm like, okay, this is really not me. But eventually, so it has lended me only this amount of hair now. And for everybody who's out there, if you want to save your hair, please make sure that you don't use those products, don't heat them, don't overheat
Yes,
them,
exactly.
don't shampoo them quite a lot as well. But yes, the makeup part, it only takes me 5 minutes. So I believe that we're
Whatever.
blessed. Yeah, yeah. So
But
and
yes.
there are other people who actually take a lot of time getting their makeup done as well. But okay, this is not something which we want to focus on today. Just yesterday, Shiza, I watched a wonderful film.
Yeah.
It was very beautiful. And films which can actually make you cry, laugh, and smile at the same time are the films which I love the most. So which means that there's drama, there's fiction, and there's quite a lot of other ingredients in it.
Okay.
But the
Do you want to name it first?
well, I believe that naming it
Okay.
won't really help because a lot of people might not be able to get their hands onto
Okay,
this
no
film as
problem.
well. But okay, probably we'll release the name on our social media platforms as well. But the concept was very amazing. So the concept was that there was this 90-year-old granny who actually had memories from partition of Pakistan and India.
Okay.
And she used to live in a part of Pakistan, Lahore, and that's where her husband was murdered. And now she's 90 years old and she's in India, and she wants to come back and kind of feel the place where her husband was, and how it already felt, and when she got married, the way she painted the walls with her own hands. So she's always kind of grumpy about she not being able to go and visit Pakistan, and she still wanted to feel the essence. She wanted to feel that purity within that house, because she made it with her own hands.
So
And I
sweet.
love the concept. And how many times do we actually come across such memories
Oh.
where we want to relive them as well? Does that actually happen to you?
Of course, of course. I mean, nostalgia is immense. I feel like it is one of the feelings that totally engulfs you
Yeah.
until and unless you choose to do something about it. Either, I mean, I think it's different for everyone. So, if for me, especially ever since I got married, I think I've been having even stronger memories as well. I think it's natural when you choose to step away from something that was a major part of your life.
Yeah.
It does come to your head every now and then.
Exactly.
It makes you feel happy, it makes you feel sad sometimes. It also makes you feel confused in so many different, well, aspects of it too. But what about you? Do you get like severe nostalgia where you're like, okay, I don't know what to do. I wish I could just go back in time.
Yeah, I get severe nostalgia, but I do not really want to go back in time, because then I'll actually have to go to school again and college
Oh.
again. So that's one thing. But while I was watching the film, I could actually recall my memories from my grandparents' house,
Oh,
and
okay.
because the house they've actually kind of imagined within the film, and the way they have portrayed it, it actually resembles my grandparents' house as well. And the
Okay.
way we used to jump onto the stairs to the ground floor, and the way we used to play cricket on the second floor, and then Dada Boo would start yelling and be like, "Hey, come down." So it made me nostalgic, it made me cry, and it made me smile
So
at the same
sweet.
time. And for all of those people who are out there, we do miss out on a lot of people, on a lot of things, on a lot of memories which we want to cherish every single day. So all you can do is probably just go back, take a leap of faith and think about all of those things, go closer to all of those things which you might have abandoned, and you kind of feel the essence, and you're going to love life, and this is what we want for everybody who's out there.
I love the message for today, and
Thank
I
you
really
very
hope
much.
this is something we can carry on for the day as well.
Yeah.
But Shazad, just the other day, I came across this news and I shared with you, and we were both so ecstatic about it.
Yep.
Because, you know what, every other day, of course, we love doing our jobs, we tell you that. But, I mean, we grow prouder of Pakistan and Pakistanis especially as
Yeah.
well. And speaking of Pakistanis, there's this one particular gentleman
Yeah.
who actually contributed a lot towards not just the prosperity of the country, but the world. I mean, he contributed towards something that was going to fly on Mars. What
Yeah.
is it, Shazad?
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, many congratulations to Mr. Ahmed Awais, who happens to be a source engineer. And what he did was that he actually contributed a code for the NASA's Ingenuity helicopter as well.
Wow.
And the test flight has taken place as well. And they've operated this quadcopter or a helicopter, which they're calling, from Earth. And it's so wonderful to have a Pakistani play a role because he contributed a code towards this entire mission to NASA as well. Wow, it's wonderful. And
How
I believe that
amazing.
everybody kind of needs to applaud the kind of services this gentleman has brought to
Definitely,
table.
and while it does sound so, well, it might sound so easy. I mean, just one line, right? Contributing a code towards this. It's such a huge thing, Shazad. I mean, imagine you're sitting on one planet and actually operating or controlling
Yeah.
a quadcopter on another planet. It's just huge. I mean, we can't even do it sitting in Pakistan and controlling something
We
in another
cannot even
country.
fly a drone over here by ourselves.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to consider the atmosphere over there, the strong winds whatsoever. We don't know what might be there to stop
Yeah.
the copter. But, well, it is a huge feat for humanity because now we can sort of develop satellite systems over there as well.
Yeah,
but
and
not.
there's another concept, and that is that, we're looking for life on other planets as well, rather than making life better over here on our planet. So, yeah, either way. But, yes, obviously, when we talk about science, when we talk about technology, when we talk about progression, I believe that, that's what mankind is all about, and this is what we're keeping our heads at as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, let's keep our heads high and make sure that we kind of do something which is as wonderful as flying a quadcopter in Mars.
Yes, and along those lines, Shazad. So, like I already said, we did begin our show with this Pakistanis blow our mind away. This one person we came across again, his profile. So, we have seen a lot of artists, of course.
Yep.
But this one particular person, he is sort of bringing to you a mix of, I want to say, now this is my understanding of it.
Yeah.
We'll ask him, of course. A mix of calligraphy, painting, and then his essence of whatever he thinks of the world. So what he does is called paper cutting art.
Yes.
And he does it specifically to deliver religious messages. How
Wow.
beautiful is that? I think before we do introduce who this person is or be in conversation with him, we have to take a look at his work, right?
Yes, so ladies and gentlemen, we have a small report. Please go ahead and take a look at this marvelous talent possessed by this very amazing individual,
Yes,
and we will
wonderful.
be in conversation with him as well. So please go, take a look, and once you will be back, we will introduce this amazing gentleman with all our audiences out there. Let's do it.
Islamic art encompasses the visual arts produced from the 7th century onward by Muslims and non-Muslims who lived within the territory that was inhabited by or ruled by culturally Islamic populations. It is thus a very difficult art to define because it spans some 1400 years, covering many lands and populations. This art is also not of a specific region, time, place or single medium. Instead, Islamic art covers a range of artistic fields including architecture, calligraphy, painting, glass, ceramics and textiles, among others. Islamic art is not restricted to religious art but instead includes all of the art of the rich and varied cultures of Islamic societies. It frequently includes secular elements and elements that are forbidden by some Islamic theologians. Islamic religious arts differs greatly from Christian religious art traditions. Because figural representations are generally considered to be forbidden in Islam, the word takes on religious meaning in art as seen in the tradition of calligraphic inscriptions. Calligraphy and the decoration of manuscript Qurans is an important aspect of Islamic art as the word takes on religious and artistic significance. Islamic architecture such as mosques and palatial gardens of paradise are also embedded with religious significance. While examples of Islamic figurative painting do exist and may cover religious scenes, these examples are typically from secular context such as as walls of palaces or illuminated books of poetry. Other religious art such as glass mosque lamps, giri tiles, woodwork and carpets usually demonstrate the same style and motifs as contemporary secular art, although they exhibit more prominent religious inscriptions.
And ladies and gentlemen, the kind of excitement we have over here in the studios is on a different level, and it's because of the fact that this very gentleman we're talking about, he actually learned everything by himself as well, and till now he's got to many places. He's made sure that that a lot of people are going to fall in love with the kind of talent he possesses, and that he's making sure that the message of Islam is actually going to come across and probably go all over the globe as well. And why not in near future we'll be taking such art pieces to probably Mars as well. So ladies and gentlemen,
Right.
we're very lucky that we've been actually joined by somebody whom we refer to as Islamic paper cutting artist, and he is Mr. Tawseef Ahmed. Hello sir, Assalamu alaikum, good morning, how are you?
Assalamu alaikum. I'm fine and good morning to you as well. How are you, Shiza and Shehzad?
Sir, we are absolutely perfect. Thank you very much for saying good
Great.
morning, because it appears to me that it's probably night time, where you are, or probably evening.
No. We are just 3 hours ahead you. So it's a 12:22 p.m. here in the afternoon.
Good afternoon to you, sir, and thank you very much for taking out time. It's wonderful to be in conversation with such a person who's spreading the message of Islam.
Absolutely beautiful work. We have definitely seen a lot of it on ourselves. We're going to share it with the audiences as well, but I want you to tell us, this is something very unique, something not very common, and I don't think you can go to an institute for them to teach it to you, right? So you self-learned it. How did you come
Yes.
across the idea of trying something like this?
Actually, it's started by a small incident. My daughter was feeling bored, and she requested me that I am feeling bored. What should I do? And this and that. So I took a small piece of paper and I started cutting, and I showed her something. And then I thought that time that okay, why not I should start working on this idea more seriously. And then since then it's about now more than 10 years I am continuously working on paper cutting.
And that is great, but
Hello.
it's so intricate, and especially when you're doing something religious, I think you have to be really, really precise about getting the message across. Are there some times when you feel like, okay, when you're maybe in the middle of your artwork and you feel like, "Main ye nahi kar sakta." Has it ever been so?
Yes, it happens many times, but at this moment I noticed that because my art piece takes around 2 to 3 months to complete, and during that time I feel that Allah helps me to build all these art pieces because I don't feel I have that much capability. This is everything comes from Allah, and everything Allah guides me, and then I makes all these art pieces. So thank you. Shukr means it's great. Privilege that I do all these art pieces. At this moment, I would like to share with you a important thing that at this moment I am translating pictorially Surah Rahman, and it's 3 pieces already completed and 3 more I am doing.
Wow, sir, it's beautiful.
We
and
can't wait to see
Yeah,
it.
and we definitely want to dig in a little more as well. But asking about since you are an Islamic paper cutting artist, so I would in the first place want to know the kind of impact your art pieces are making, because art is totally about making an impact, making a difference, and making sure that people have a better understanding of the kind of work you're doing.
Right.
Number one. Number two, what I want to know is that since you were doing something for your daughter, obviously when you're doing something for your own self or for your other clients and it involves paper cutting, So it obviously will involve a lot of leftovers and a lot of other things as well. So what does bhabhi tell you that पूरा दिन कागज काटते रहते हो, ये गंद किसने उठाना है?
No, she helps me a lot. So it's not only one man show, I will say. Everyone contributes, and my wife has a very important role in my paper cutting art. If she wouldn't help, it can't be possible, you know. So one thing. Secondly, regarding impact, I will say that with all my art pieces, whenever I exhibit, I write it down in English. All the stories, what I'm trying to portray, and then foreigners come over there. They learn from the art piece as well as they read the story written beside. So it's very educationary, and people really love to see this because I noticed before that lot of Molvi and the people who are giving dawat, they go to door, and I thought it's more better idea. Why not? I should bring them to the art gallery and educate them over there, and I can do the dawat through my art pieces, you know.
Wow, it's
Brilliant,
wonderful, sir,
brilliant.
and thank you very much for kind of explaining it to our audiences in such an amazing manner. But since you
Thank
just mentioned that and you happen to be in Australia as well, so what I wanted to ask was that you just mentioned that there are a lot of foreigners who actually come and kind of get your pieces as well. Now, when we
Yes.
talk about Islamic paper cutting art, obviously it involves a lot of Arabic ayat as well, and verses from Quran. So now,
Yes.
whenever you're actually giving one of your art piece to any foreigner who does not have a better understanding of how holy or how spiritual our
Sacred.
religion is or sacred it is, do you actually kind of give them these heads up as well that you're really not supposed to put these paintings on the floor, or probably this is how it needs to be placed? Are there any kind of instructions while you're handing over your art pieces? Number one. And number two, please let us know if there's any difference in between paper cutting art form or paper mesh art form as well.
Okay. First of all, your question regarding when I give any foreigners any Islamic art piece,
Yeah.
Yes, please go on.
that whoever purchased that expensive art piece. Hello.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Whenever.
It's all right, sir. Please continue.
Okay, sure. Whenever someone is buying some very expensive art piece, I'm pretty sure that they will take care of that art piece, and they will hang on their wall or something like that. First of all, secondly, with the art piece, I am writing a complete story that what it means, you know. So by this way, they are reading how beautifully that story is portrayed. So it's kind of a heart related relationship they create with the art piece. So I don't think they will not to take care of the art piece. Secondly, when they buy the art piece, it's the art piece is fully framed with the two pieces of glass, and then behind there is a cavity, so it looks like a sculpture. And it's properly delivers. And sometime I go by myself and hung in their drawing room or something like that. So then I could be able to know where the art piece is going to be placed, you know.
Wow.
So I keep all these things in mind, and I deliver the art piece like that. regarding whether it is a mesh paper or something like that. No, it's just a single piece of paper, and I design at the back side of the paper, and then I cut it what is extra from the paper, and remaining of the paper is the art piece, which stays over there, and all the time calligraphy stays with the art piece, and I don't waste on the wrong place any calligraphy, you know.
Beautiful, sir. Beautiful.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant. Thank you so much for joining us, Tawseef Saab. One thing though, please let all the viewers know if they are really interested, like us, in your art, where can we find it and where can we buy it?
Yes, one thing before finishing, I will say that I am trying at this moment to build a Islamic art gallery in Western Australia, and for this purpose, I am searching a sponsor who could be able to help me to build a Islamic art gallery, because it's very hard for Islamic artists to display the art pieces in this country. Okay, so I need your support in that, and for purchasing any art pieces, you can go to my website www.tosifahmad.com, TUSIFAHMAD.com, and then all the details are there, you know.
Oh,
Brilliant.
that's wonderful.
Thank you
Tawseef
so
Saab,
much.
it was so good to be in conversation with you, and certainly for a person who's actually figured out just 10 years ago what he wanted to do in his life, and you're doing an impeccable job.
Yes.
And we want you to, make sure that you kind of have that a gallery as well to yourself, and you portray the kind of pieces you make. And there are other people who are actually doing Islamic artworks as well. Thank you very much for being in conversation. Look after yourselves and have a great day.
Thank you very much for having me today.
Thank you
Thanks.
very much. Pleasure.
Our pleasure. Shazad, I just realized, talking to Tawseef Saab, where he said that he wants to open an art gallery just dedicated to Islam. We're living in a time where definitely we have spoken about it. The
Yep.
Premier speaks about it. Islamophobia is on the rise, especially from the West. Definitely, there are so many narratives that we altogether Muslims are trying to dull it down, Islamophobia. But people like Tawseef and other peoples with similar mindset
Yep.
are those we need to actually eradicate the menace of, sick-minded people who just like to gain, or rather, sort of shed some attention on the wrong aspects of a religion that don't even exist, right?
Yeah, thank you very much for saying that, Shiza, because, we, when it comes down to art, probably, when it comes down to movie makings or films for that matter, these are the things which will actually kind of educate the West and the masses,
Yes.
on a larger scale that, hey, this is not what Islam is all about, and rather this is what we are talking about, and this is what we were taught about as well. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, we're actually going to take a short break, because there are a lot of things which people learn with the passage of time, and they kind of grow into it, and then they're good at it, and once they're good at it, they kind of want to be on our show as well. So which is why we have an artist over here who we want to
Yet
be in
another.
conversation with. Yes, and we're heading out towards a short break. Right after that break, we will make sure that we introduce our amazing artist with all of you people out there in 46 different countries. We're going for a short break. Don't go.
Anywhere, we'll be right back. Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome back to World This Morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Shazad Khan, and I happen to be Shaza Hashmi, and we are here like every other morning to, well, try to bless you screens as well. I hope you guys will have an amazing breakfast because that is going to lead your day in a very good direction. And to add to that, I think we're going to set a tone for the rest of your day.
Exactly,
as well.
yeah. But before we do that, ladies and gentlemen, there was this
Don't.
very funny or an amazing conversation we were having, in between the breaks. So one of our guests, whom we are about to introduce, asked me whether I knew Punjabi or not, and this is what he said. "Bhaijan, aandi thanu Punjabi?" मैं कहा जी बड़ी आउंदी माशाल्लाह यार देखो जरा हेठां बैठ जाओ. But then Shiza kind of popped up and she's like, "Oh yeah, मुझे 4 किस्मों की पंजाबी आती है." And I was like, "What are the 4 different types of Punjabis?" First things first, obviously there are a lot of different types of Punjabis. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, there are different dialects. Start moving from one part of Punjab to another part of Punjab. There will be a different dialect and they use different jargons as well, and there are different words and vocabulary as well. But while she was kind of explaining that, yaar, mujhe Sargodha ki aati hai, Khariyan ki aati hai, and then Multan ki, and I was like, Multan? But it's Saraiki. So, I was confused. So would you mind saying something about it a little bit?
Yes, of course. So,
I'm sorry
so
that I
it's
said it
really
also.
confusing for me. Ever since even we were children, we used to speak Punjabi, and the person we're speaking to, they'd be like, "This is not Punjabi, okay?" So I'll tell you what. From Sargodha, of course, it's like proper Punjabi. I know because one of my villages is in Sargodha.
Anji Bahan ke aale.
Ha. And then now I know from Gujarat region
Gujarat.
because of my in-laws as well.
Bhajan, kya
It is similar, but some of the words are really harsh and different.
For example.
Like you said,
ਤੁਸੀਂ
hitha.
ਕਿੱਥੇ ਜਾ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ?
नहीं.
Hetha is, yeah.
Either.
Yeah,
I didn't know that because it doesn't appear in Sargodha's
Yeah.
Punjabi.
And
then with Saraiki, I meant it sounds like Punjabi. Of course, Saraiki is different.
Can you speak Saraiki?
I just know do cup cha.
Do cup cha.
Do cup cha. And then the fourth one is Hinko, which is obviously not Punjabi, but it
Udhar
is.
Achnew.
Yeah. It is sort of Pahari. And then,
Hinko? Yeah, Pahari.
all right. Belonging to some KP villages and whatnot. So I think that confuses me. We will definitely have an entire sort of, segment on different dialects of Punjabi.
Exactly.
I think we should do that.
Not just that, since we're talking about it, ladies and gentlemen, there are 73 different languages and dialects which are being spoken over here in Pakistan as well. But without any further ado, I believe that it's about time that we introduce
drifted away.
our amazing guest. And this amazing guest, ladies and gentlemen, has been a regular on the show as well. And we kind of like him for the kind of work he's doing. And, since we were mentioning, just like Tawseef Saab, that, it was just 10 years ago that he found out that he can do paper cutting art as well.
Yeah.
So people do realize, after spending half of their life that, okay, probably, I can do this as well. And this is something which I believe in as well, that, once you become financially independent, that's the time when you start experiencing or start experimenting.
Yes.
Experimenting with other things as well. And this is something which can take you forward, which will make you learn a lot of new things as well. Which is why now I'm going to introduce our amazing guest
Finally.
who, first of all, was very involved with the education business and all of that, which was going on. But now lately he's found out that, he can probably sing as well. So he's working on his music videos and singles as well. Ladies and gentlemen, first things first, what we're going to do is we're going to share one of his music videos with all of you. And once you get done with that, we will be in conversation with this sweet soul. Let's do this. Let's take a listen. Brrrah. Let's do it.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, we have with us Inam Yassin, Rana Inam Yassin. Assalamu alaikum, welcome back.
Walaikum assalam, and thank you very much.
We just gave a teaser.
Yeah, thank you very much for joining us. We kind of gave away the teaser, and that too
Yes.
with 2 songs as well. We wanted to introduce you in a power pack style, and this is what our power pack and banging style is.
Yes.
So Rana Sahab, first things first, once again, for all our viewers who tuned in today, Rana Sahab kede kam lage ne?
Yes, this is difficult for us, as you know, you are also a Rana. So family is not allowed us for the singing, but my family is very supportive, so that's why I'm doing this.
Yeah, thank you very much for saying that, because I know how supportive your wife is, that kind of reiterates upon each one of us as well, that hey, you know what, everybody needs to be supportive, whoever is out there as well.
Yes.
Which is a good thing.
Yes.
Yes.
So far you have released 2-3 songs, alhamdulillah, you've made music videos, and what is the kind of response you're getting? Let's start this journey from here.
Actually, response is good from the audience and my friends especially. They love to watch my videos and listen to my songs, and other people also, everybody wants to become a very good singer. They tell me that you have to work on it, but as you know, I'm working with the education, so that's why I'm busy, much busy in that particular area, so that's why I'm not properly working on music. So inshallah, after some time, inshallah, I'll make some more videos on more songs for my what I mean to
audiences
say.
and
Yes.
fans and
Yes,
friends.
for my
Wow.
friends.
But you know what I really like about all of this is that you are definitely keeping your real job. And this is your passion, right? So you're not making it commercial, which really, really matters to me. You don't care about if it's going to sell or if you have to make it to the big market, whatnot. You're doing it because you love to do it. And when you love something, there is definitely hundreds of people that will come to see your work. And we've seen that on YouTube as well. So one thing, you said that your friends watch your videos and whatnot. Do they criticize you? Or do they make fun of you sometimes? Because friends do that.
Actually, my friends sports me, and they love to watch my video, and they make fun also. They make fun also on me. But sometime when I become a model, they said, "Well, yeah, you are not look like a model. You have to just become a singer. You are just going to sing a song. You are not a model. You have working on your body or something like." So then I said, "Okay, yeah, it's a part of music video, so that's why I'm doing." They are also asking me, why you are not going to work with some big models, big beautiful girls for somewhere. I said that I will work on it
Eventually.
Yeah.
Yes.
And this is what the reality of life is, that everything is pretty much a process, ladies and gentlemen. You have to go through this learning curve, which will help you evolve over time and transform over time. Because what happens is that once we start doing something, and the audience actually has an image of you already. They already have your image in their minds, and to transform that image from being one person in their heads to another one, it definitely is going to take a little bit of time. But all it takes is you keeping at it and making sure that you're dedicated, and your persistence and perseverance. But now what I want to know is that for any singer, any musician, because recently, alhamdulillah, I've started working on one of my tracks as well. So what I believe is that whatever we listen to, we kind of want to reproduce that.
Yes.
So what is the kind of music you listen to yourself and then be like, hey, you know what, this is a good song, I like it, so I want to do pretty much similar to something like what I'm listening to?
Basically, I like to listen the Madam Noorjahan songs.
Okay.
She's
and I believe that the first ever song you released was one of
Akhlare
her
Wazir,
covers.
Yes.
And she's a
Great
very good singer. She was a very good singer, but now she is a very good singer because whenever we are watching her videos or song, or whenever we hear the song of her, composition is totally different, and the range of volume and range of his voice is totally different. So that's why I love to listen her songs and want to make prepared like that songs. And I'm not totally fulfill this kind of things because she's a brilliant singer.
Yeah.
So but I try to make her.
So can we kind of get a glimpse of how you sing, and for example, one of Madam Noorjahan song, can you sing it for us?
If you
Yes,
have any
why not?
prepared.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Madam Noorjahan song is आए हो अभी बैठो तो सही अरे जाने की बातें जाने दो जी भर के तुम्हें मैं देख तो लूं दिल काबू में आने दो आए हो अभी बैठो तो सही. Or Madam Noorjahan, she made lots of melodious songs.
Yes.
She's also making some national songs also.
Yeah.
So I love her. So that's why I'm just following her. So I'm trying to do something.
Wow.
That's really
something good
nice.
for her.
And you know what? So lately, it's very common, and we all know that a lot of people are into either hip hop, different forms of hip hop,
Yeah.
yes, and it's EDM, it's rap going on, whatnot. But you sticking to what you truly like, and then exploring that or probably even practicing that. Do you think in the later stage, when you choose to make your music commercial, will you sort of, hop onto the newer trends, or will you still stick to Madam Noorjahan's
No, I'm not still stick to Madam Noorjahan. Last time I just make some videos and some audios.
It was Bhangra catchy, I do remember.
And also with the remix songs, and also with the rap in my songs. So Madam Noorjahan songs is it's a very melodious songs. When you are going to sing the song,
it's catchy.
Yes, it's catchy, and you have to know each and everything about the sur. If you are not going to sing properly, you leave it, because
That's
the
true.
people,
He's like, leave it.
don't, yes, leave it. The people will kill you if you are doing something wrong with the song.
Yes,
they
because
love
they're
it.
so-
You know, she's mind blowing. So
Exactly, that's true. And you know, how many times do you come across such posts as well where people are like, hey, you know what, Satyanas kar diya gaane ka yaar, you shouldn't have sang the song.
Yes,
and,
people are
Madam
blunt.
Noorjahan ko dekho aur apne aap ko dekho. People do that.
Yes.
You know, even while we are on television, there are a lot of people who will be happy with our work, and then there will be a lot of people who will not be happy with our work.
Yes.
Because this is something which I told you just prior to asking this question, whether who do you listen to a lot. Because people have this certain image of these amazing divas and these amazing people who've actually been labeled as legends. And you know, once somebody starts to play with their image or tarnish their image with their own vocals or something like that, you know, people go crazy about that.
yes, yes.
So doing justice, because the first ever release you did was Akhladi
Badobadi.
Badobadi.
I
You know,
liked it.
I liked the
yeah.
song. I liked
Thank
it
you.
very much as well. But what is the kind of messages you get from your fans and friends that, hey, you know what, probably Rana Sahab tusi better kar sakde si, yeah, you've outdone everybody else as well.
One of my friend, he was not my friend. He's my friend's friend.
Okay.
He said to me, "ये की किता जी तुसी?" Madam da gana beda gark karda yaar.
Aw.
I am happy or sad. What I see.
What did you say?
I am just say
अब तो हो गया.
what I do. So बहुत सारी जगहों पे मतलब like that the people said you are doing very good job. My friend in Australia, his name is Amir.
Yeah.
He loves to watch my videos, and all the time he pushed me. You have to work. Your working is very good. Inshallah, it will be very good. Slowly, you will become a rock star. I'll call you in Australia in shows. And he's a very good, cricketer also, playing cricket in Australia. So he said that you are very good singer. Yeah, I like your videos. I like your everything. But inshallah, it will be very good. I said you have to support me, so it will be
Exactly.
good for me.
So
Inshallah.
support
you
is imperative.
and this is the type of people you will find everywhere. Always the two types, right? Because first of all, you cannot please everyone.
Yeah.
I like to say this one thing that Shahzad laughs at all the time. You can be the juiciest peach, and there will still be people who don't like peaches.
Yeah,
So it's all right. I think focus on the people who do appreciate your work, or are genuine to you, because genuine compliments do matter, because
Yes,
only the
genuine
person who are genuine to you will tell you what to change about it as well. So just forgetting about the people who give negative
Thank
energy,
you, thank you.
please sing us another song so we can take the positivity
Yeah,
further.
I'm going to sing Atif Aslam songs.
Oh,
He
brilliant.
Yes.
just remix the songs of it's a Lata Mangeshkar song, and he remix it.
Okay,
So I
okay.
can.
So it's like a paradigm shift from Madam Noorjahan to coming
To
down
Atif
to Miss
Aslam.
Lata Mangeshkar and then coming down to Mr. Atif Aslam. Please go
Yes.
ahead.
Okay.
जब कोई बात बिगड़ जाए, जब कोई मुश्किल पड़ जाए, तुम देना साथ मेरा ओ हमनवा, तुम देना साथ मेरा ओ हमनवा। न कोई था न कोई है जिंदगी में तुम्हारे सिवा, तुम देना साथ मेरा हो हमनवा, तुम देना साथ मेरा हो हमनवा। हो चांदनी जब तक रात देता है हर कोई साथ, तुम मगर अंधेरों में ना छोड़ना मेरा हाथ। हो चांदनी जब तक रात देता है हर कोई साथ, तुम मगर अंधेरों में ना छोड़ना मेरा हाथ। न कोई था न कोई है जिंदगी में तुम्हारे सिवा, तुम देना साथ मेरा हो हमनवा, तुम देना साथ मेरा ओ हमनवा।
Wow, that was beautiful, yeah.
That was really nice.
बड़े सुरीले हैं Rana Sahab, माशाल्लाह. Allah पाक आपको खुश रखे. But
Thank
you know,
you very
moving on with our conversation now, for all of those people who have been following you, you know, on our programs as well and your music, you know, what are they waiting for? What kind of anticipation they should be going through? Because you just told us that you're still working on education a little bit more, but you want to do more music. So the kind of music they can expect from you, the kind of vocals they can expect of you, the kind of work they can expect from you. Please let us know a little.
I'm going to make some, romantic music in the future, and I'm just working on it, and also some, spiritual music like Qawwali.
Wow.
Inshallah, I will do something. I write just my in my own thinking. So I'm not trying to work on it that already somebody is saying, but I want to write. And yes, myself, and then after that I'll do something for this.
Wow.
I like the Qawwali. It's a
So a Qawwali,
some kind of
so probably a Qawwali cover and then a romantic song as well.
Yes,
but with a romantic number, you will obviously need a female co-star. And
Shazad's favorite question is here.
And his wife, ladies and gentlemen, has always had an issue with him kind of casting female co-stars as well. So let's see whether she's kind of settled down or not, or whether he still has to kind of put in a lot of hard work to kind of convince her, hey, you know what? If it can't be you, it needs to be somebody else as well. So, so what are we looking forward to this time around? Is she going to allow you to kind of have a female co-star, or probably you'll have to replace yourself with a male co-star as well, and then a female co-star, and then you sit at the back, sing a song, and then those two people will enjoy
I'll just sit at the back and sing a song. I'm not going to.
Things are tough at your end, brother.
Yeah, it's very tough for me. Actually, I think I have to give a chance to some newcomers, so it's very good for them also. So that's why I'm also a newcomer, but I don't want to become a model. I wanted to become an actor. If I get some chance, I have some short movies also. I'm just making some short
It's
movies.
wonderful. I mean, if you want to be an actor, why not act in your own videos?
So that is something
that is something which your wife does not agree to. Yeah, come on, that's not fair. Bhabhi, please. आपको इसको इजाज़त देनी पड़ेगी कि ये और ख़वातीन एक्टर्स के साथ भी एक्टिंग कर सकें, ताकि इनका एक्टिंग का शौक भी पूरा हो, और जो आप शौक कर रही हैं वो भी मुझे लगता है ठीक है. So this means that he's not going to get permission, man. But yeah, we want you to kind of progress, bro.
Yes, inshallah. Thank you very much. All the time whenever I come on PTV, it will be very good for me. When I was a child, I'll see this lots of things like Uncle Sargam. He's not no more. So I'm very sad when I heard the news, and I love to work with the PTV all the time. My family, as they are working also in the PTV. So
well, who in your family is actually working for PTV?
You are.
That's so sweet.
That was a good answer. I'm your family, bro. I'm your family.
My family.
That's
Because Rana brothers.
Yeah, bro. Ranas are all over the country, all over the world, ladies and gentlemen. They're brothers. Muslims are brothers as well. And on terms of humanity, I believe that everybody else out there is brothers and sisters as well.
Yes.
But since you mentioned about your family,
So you're my family.
Is there anybody else who can sing in your family?
Yes, my brother can sing very good.
What's the name of your brother?
Yasir.
Yasir.
Yeah, Yasir, he's a very good
was
singer.
looking forward to another
Also, my cousin brother also a very good singer. Tahir Salim, you know about him.
Bobby.
He's a very good singer.
He's a very amazing singer.
But they do not have a time to make some videos. I'm a very besura in my family.
Oh, wow.
Everybody said that you're not going to, you're not a good singer.
Aw.
So yes, today
Ignore them.
I'm ignoring them.
Okay.
So that's why it's just fun. But I have some family members that are very
Wow,
good
it's
singers. My
great.
wife is also she's a very good singer.
Oh.
She can sing song, but
So maybe that's what she's waiting for. She's waiting for you to actually, ask her to do a collab with you.
Yeah.
And when you do that, everything's set, man. Trust me, you can even act in the video then.
I asked her many times, but she is not
maybe she's
happy
shy.
to sing a song.
She does not want to sing a song.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it's perfectly all right. But thank you very much, Rana Sahab, for joining us. It was wonderful to be in conversation, and to be honest, on another level, whenever we are in conversation with you, this is heart to heart, and you totally enjoy our conversation. We totally enjoy having a conversation with you too, and the kind of human being you are. It's always a pleasure to have you on the show, and it's beautiful. You're a beautiful soul. Please make sure that you keep progressing and keep yourself dedicated towards that one passion you've picked up on. It might have been a little late, but it's not too late, okay?
Yes,
course.
Yes. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Jazakallah.
It's our pleasure. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we try to have fun early in the morning, and we try to bring it to your screen as well. We hope you're going to have an amazing day ahead. And for that matter, I'm going to leave you to it on to the next bulletin for news as well. But one thing, please, please, please remember all our Muslim brethren, especially our Palestinian Muslim brethren in your prayers. Lately, they deserve and need a lot of it. Please do that.
Exactly, ladies and gentlemen, please make sure to write to us on our Facebook page, which is with the name of
World This Morning.
on Twitter,
World This Morning without a G.
on Daily Motion in GTube.
It's World This Morning on the PTV World channel.
Yep, and the repeat's going to be at
5 past midnight tonight.
5 past midnight. Till the next time, ladies and gentlemen, look after yourselves. 1, 2, 3.
Good morning. Take care.
Thank you.